Assalamu alaikum and welcome to today's science lesson. I hope you guys are doing well. Today in science we are going to study about erosion. Today is May 13th, 2020. By the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to say, I can recognize what erosion is and how it happens. I can define erosion. We're going to go and watch one video together. And after we finish this video, I need you to go and click on the second video and watch it by yourself.
Erosion. Weathering breaks large rocks into smaller pieces. Erosion is the movement of the pieces of rock. There are a number of ways the particles can move. Running water can pick up rocks and move them downstream. The erosion in running water creates river deltas. Erosion also happens when wind picks up small particles and moves them. Sandstorms are large gusts of wind carrying sand. Waves can also move sediment. Every day, water moves pebbles onto shore and off of the shore. Lastly, glaciers pick up rocks and move them around. As the glacier moves, the trapped rocks scrape the Earth's surface, creating valleys. Erosion.
That was a very nice and simple and informational video. I need you now to go and watch the second video on this link. You can find the link in the description below. Once you finish, come back and continue with this lesson. Alright, so let's talk about erosion. Erosion. What happened to your sand mountain when you blew on it? Erosion. Anytime you had a mountain made of sand and you blew on it, erosion is going to happen. Erosion happens when wind or water carries rocks and soil to a new place. So wind and water are the ones that are responsible for erosion. Sometimes you can see erosion taking place. Moving brown water tells you erosion is happening. The water is brown because it is carrying soil. Erosion can make it hard for plants to grow. Frozen water can also cause erosion. A glacier is a large sheet of ice that moves slowly across the land. A glacier moves when a bed of the ice melts. Just like in the video, glaciers also move rocks from one place to another. You can see these pictures in your Inspire book, Unit 3, pages 18 and 19. A glacier picks up and breaks apart pieces of rock as it moves across the land. This kind of erosion happens over many years. Let's talk about this picture right here. There is a rock. Water collects in rock crack. Now, as you saw in the video, rain is the way that we can get water, as well as melting of the glaciers. So what happens is that the water collects in a rock crack. Then, after some time, water freezes and expands, forcing a crack to widen. So the crack will become bigger because of the water that had been collected and froze. This is what happens in cold countries. Then the ice thaws, contracts, and water gets deeper into the cracks again. So once it thaws, I mean it melts, It's going to go deeper into the crack until it's finally going to break the rock. Repeated expansion and contraction causes further cracks till rocks splits. So this process happens until the rocks break. Okay, now look at this picture of this river. There is a river right here. Do you think that this change in the landform happened quickly? It took many years for the river to carry pieces of rocks from both sides. Can you see that? So then these landforms became in this shape over time, over a long time. Now let's go back and look at this picture of the boy. Now this picture, if he just blows on it, the erosion will happen quickly because it's going to be through wind. If he blows on this sand, the sand is gonna fall and that change is gonna be quick. But what about this river? Do you think the changes that happened in this river were fast or it has happened over many years? What do you think? It happened over many years. Yes, erosion is a slow process. Let's see this question. It says, look at the photo of the river above. How is this erosion different from the soil erosion shown on the previous photo? That means, how is this erosion of this river different from the erosion on this picture of the soil or the sand? Well, as an answer, we can say right here, a sample answer could be, it took many years for the river to carry away bits of the land on each side. The erosion on the field in the previous photo happened quickly. Let's review. To sum it up, erosion happens when wind or water carries rocks and soil to a new place. This is what we need to keep in mind. The most important thing is that erosion happens when wind or water, wind or water carries rocks and soil to a new place. So this is the main meaning of erosion. When wind or water carries rocks and soil to a new place. We have reached the task options. You need to choose to do task number 1 or task number 2. After you finish your task, you have to upload it in your class dojo. And again, you can go back to the slides and find out your answers. Task number 1 says, arrange the following words to make the definition of erosion. So we have here all the words, and you need to arrange the words to write the meaning of the word erosion. For task number 2, look at the two photos and explain the reason of erosion happening in each one. Look at this photo. What is the reason of erosion here? Sand. What about here? What do you see? What is the reason of erosion in this picture? And as a closure, go and watch this video and make sure you watch it carefully and you watch it fully. Thank you so much. Don't forget, after completing your work, please upload a picture in your Class Dojo portfolio. Thank you so much. Bye bye.